Lane, where are we?
Lake Kayamaka. We're here at a place that serves apple pie. I don't think we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it when we go out to Julian.
Nice.
I don't know the name of this place. What is
It's
it?
called breakfast menu.
Who are you?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm just a random stranger that got picked up.
He said he'll do anything for 20 bucks. So we're gonna
Let's beat this out.
Right now we're following them to the wolf sanctuary. They have a few different enclosures set up, and here, what kind of wolves do they have? You already talked to a representative of them, right?
Yeah, they have the Mexican gray wolf, which is extremely endangered, and they are actually part of a breeding program for them in New Mexico and Arizona. And then they also have the North American gray wolf.
Wow. Well, I'm excited to see that.
Wolves in the lower 48 states, so not including Alaska. But as European settlers started moving out west, they started encroaching on the wolf's habitat and coming into conflict with wolves, and that conflict mainly centered around livestock. And so that's when they started asking the government for help with the wolf problem. And so the government decided to sponsor anti-predator campaigns where they were actually paying people to kill wolves among other predators as well to help reduce that conflict. And so that was incredibly effective in reducing the wolf numbers, so much so by the time the 1960s rolled around, there were around 300 wolves in the lower 48 states. There was just a small population up near the Great Lakes, and there were still wolves out in Alaska, but they were exterminated from every other region in the United States. But 1973, the Endangered Species Act was passed and wolves were given federal protection, and their population now sits around between 5,000 and 6,000 wolves in the lower 48 states, so a lot better than that 300. The Mexican gray wolves are the ones that have an active breeding and release program. Their native range is the American Southwest and then down through Mexico to Mexico City. So there's 2 release sites, one in the United States and one in Mexico. Our pups were released into a pack in Arizona.
Oh, there's one over there too. Oh my gosh. Are you showing it? Grab your set, all of them.
So the male up front here, he's doing scent marking. Wolves are very territorial animals, so they have a variety of ways that they can scent mark their territory. What he is displaying right now is he's using the scent glands all over his body to rub along that fence line and mark that fence so that everybody here knows about it. So the brothers are both 2 years old, and Emma is 6 years old. And all 3 of these wolves were born here at the California Wolf Center to some of our off-exhibit breeding pairs. Their native range is the American Southwest, so states like Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas, and then down through Mexico to Mexico City. So they were in an area that was much more populated by people, and so they were actually almost hunted to extinction. By 1977, there were just 13 Mexican gray wolves left in the world. Wow.
13.
Those 13 were captured to start a breeding program to help increase their numbers as well as their genetic diversity. Unfortunately, of those 13, only 7 of the wolves were unrelated enough to start that breeding program. So all the Mexican gray wolves stem from those 7 individuals today. So their breeding is very important, and especially because their gene pool is so shallow.
This big head house.
All right, guys. We're here at the Grosskopf house. Lane actually speaks a little bit of German.
That's right.
What does Grosskopf mean?
Big head.
Big head on that beat.
Because of all the orchards surrounding Julian, it has a local reputation for apple pie. So here we are doing a taste test and then touring the town.
How's it taste, Lane?
Well, for my first time trying apples, this is pretty good.
I'm at a loss for words.
Julian Historical Society.
Town or visited before would immediately know where we stole this from.
No, they just be like, wow, those guys really have good taste in cars.
These are wolf mobiles. They don't even throw them in the back. They put them in these seats. They just hope they don't jump off. They try not to stop so the wolves don't jump.
Obviously, they train them, you know.
They buckle them in.
The wolves all sit.
Yeah.
Wolves all sit in these seats, 4 to a seat, and they sit, wait until they get to the animal hospital.
Then they like ring a bell and they all come off in a line. Ding ding.
All right, here's the California Wolf Center in Julian. If you want to get information about their tours, inquire inside, or you can go to their website or call them. All right, we're in the traditional Julian candy store, selling traditional old-timey candies and such.
It's got a real nice old town vibe. I would show that part too.
First time trying black licorice. I know a lot of people hate it. Lane loves it, so he wanted me to try it. Let's give it a go. Yeah, pretty terrible. As you can see, Julian has a pretty charming downtown with a lot of old-timey shops, and it gets a fair amount of traffic from bikers, probably because the surrounding landscape is very hilly and fun to ride. So if that's something you're interested in, I'd say Julian has something for everybody.
So in 1880, of the 55 black residents of San Diego County, 33 lived in Julian.
You're gonna scrape up some sand, okay, you're gonna leave it in the water and you're gonna shake it. That settles all the gold to the bottom. You're gonna feel with your fingers to find those riblets, the little ribs there, that's what keeps the gold in, okay? And then we're gonna start this. You can use 2 hands, 1 hand, but you want all the sand to run over the little lines in the pan. Settle your gold, guys. You can do it twice even. Help. And I want to see if anybody finds gold. What does that look like? Simple sardine can. Used to reflect the light. Because it's, believe me, it's dark in there. Okay? This is called an attic. Back in the day, if the sheriff caught you jumping somebody else's claim, they hung you. Or the person that owned the claim would shoot you.
Bubba, hold on. Benny boy.
Oh, that's so good. Say what? 137 feet, Daddy. I just don't want him to fall.
Come here.
Yeah, I don't want him, because if he hits this, he's going to crack some. Yeah, okay. Everybody take pictures of that, or, you know, rub mine, you know. This was all added, guys. This was not here back in 1870. Okay? Keep bringing it down low. Now.
No smoking.
This is really, 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 really deep. Okay? This would go this way. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to need some volunteers. Who's got real good listening ears? Okay. And then they'd go, because somebody was stuck and they needed help, so they sent somebody back down there to help them out. Okay? They kept track of the guys down there so nobody would be left down there, guys. How'd you like to be left in the dark down there? With a peg system. Okay? That's the peg system. Now, if everybody scoots all the way in, I'm going to show you a really very interesting, cool thing. Everybody look down here, but everybody's got to be really, really quiet. Okay, I want you to see if you can hear this thing land, all right? I'm just going to make sure that I got a good shot. Still falling. Do you think he'd be brave enough to go down there? No. You sure have if I went with you? I'd hold your hands.
We got some fool's gold. And here's the fool right here.
And here's a nail.
They say if you can pull it out, you're the chosen one.
The mountain will collapse on top of you.
The chosen one.
Hey, back in the day, they weren't smart enough to know that you could not dry drill. Okay? So the guys operating this machine dry, with no water, died horrible deaths within 2 days. Their lungs would be filled up with gold dust, dirt, granite, everything. And they'd be dead in 2 days.
All right, guys, so we just got done with our tour of the Eagle Mine, and our tour guide was a really nice lady. She told us about this place where you can see seashells in the desert that are fossilized because they're really old. So she told us to go to Carly's in Borrego. So we don't know if that's like a local thing or if it's just her way of finding the directions. She said that people at Carly's would know the directions. So we're gonna head over and see if we can find it. All right, we went to Carly's and I think
They were pretty bewildered by our request, our questions. So we're gonna come here to the place that seems to be an information center. So
see if we can get
that
it.
might help a little more. We found the Borrego Springs dragon.
The artist Ricardo Bracetta created these statues, and there are 130 in the Borrego Desert.
The eyes were much larger,
I see.
as that was their only weakness. That and that one single spot in their scales on their stomach.
Lane,
Yep.
show us how you thank the mighty dragon for this reprieve from the desert.
Okay.
See those camel udders? Delicious. Say something better than that, please. I know you got something better than that in you. Do you remember this, guys?
In our first videos, we ate both of these things.
Only the old timers will remember 4 videos ago.
This is proof of our assertion that this is desert culture, eating these bugs.
They literally build idols to them.
They worship them. Look at these beautiful bucking broncos.
This beautiful, bubblicious baby buccaneer billowing in the blowing breeze.
All right, guys, which of the statues do you think was the best? Justin thinks it's these birds. I think they're supposed to be phoenixes, but I couldn't really say. I think it's the dragon, obviously. I don't know. Let us know down in the comments below.
All right, guys, we just got done with our desert sculptures. We showed you the biggest and the best of them, but there's like almost probably 100. There's probably more than 100 sculptures out here just scattered all over the place, and they're of all different like animals, and it's just really impressive. So I definitely recommend coming out here or stopping by if you're in the area.